So, report from End Tribalism and Politics on X says, it's being reported by Democratic insiders that Bernie Sanders is strongly considering announcing his support for RFK Jr. to lead the HHS before 2025.
I thought.
Oh, look! I thought they were two completely separate people, Bernie Sanders and Trump. Listen to this, okay? So Trump and RFK Jr. should reach out to Bernie Sanders personally and speak about this. If Bernie Sanders publicly announces support for RFK, it would be huge for the Maha movement. Our health epidemic isn't a party issue. It's an American issue. Somebody in the coming Trump administration should make this happen, please. Okay, next. So, Jon Stewart and Bernie Sanders actually discussed Democrats attacking them for agreeing with RFK on the processed food and Elon Musk on Doge. Listen to what he's saying. Continuing on, I'll just play the video and then you guys can decide for yourselves what you think. But personally, this makes a lot of sense to me.
How do you walk that tightrope? Because what I find is there is a gag reflex from, and I think both parties have it, a gag reflex on Robert Kennedy says ultra processed foods are killing Americans. And I'm like, yeah,
that's right.
God awful. That's got to change. But if you were to say that, boy, are you just dogpiled. How can you agree with Robert Kennedy Jr. on anything? He's this and that. And Elon Musk says we've got waste and inefficiency in the government. And we're like, yeah, we've been yelling about that for years. And as soon as you do that, how dare you? It's really interesting.
John, that is exactly what the challenge is.
How do you walk that tight?
Okay, right there. Those guys are both on the left, and they are agreeing with this Trump administration, RFK, in this regard. It's very fascinating. So,
you want to know what the issue is, Luke?
Tell me.
The left got so big, and the left encompassed so much.
Big umbrella.
Right.
Big umbrella.
Huge umbrella. And so now the left is stuck in a position where not necessarily, the left supporters, but the left, anybody who's involved, with Democrats, they cannot be the ones to come out and say, yes, we need to alienate this branch, or not branch of government, but this, all these jobs. We need to remove, all this wasteful spending.
Right.
It's very concerning the way that, the left acts when they talk about Robert Kennedy Jr. Like he wasn't one of the strongest independent presidential candidates until he endorsed Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Say what you will about RFK. Yeah, he cheated on his wife. Yeah, he might be a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, whatever. Allegedly. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's obvious that processed foods are killing Americans.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand why we have this disconnect where, and also if you look at the reports, yeah, government spending is at an all-time high. Government waste is at an all-time high. And now we're talking about putting money back into Americans' pockets by lessening what we're paying all of these different government officials for.
That's powerful,
and all
dude.
Of
the fact that people on the left want this too, like Bernie Sanders and Jon Stewart,
right,
is
but
incredible.
They're not presidential candidates. That's the issue. Kamala Harris.
Well, Bernie Sanders is a sitting senator, though.
Well, right, but
very powerful influence.
Right, but I'm saying Kamala Harris and Tim Walz were not in a position to sit there and say, yes, we're going to eliminate this. We're going to do this because those people are on their sides.
I know. It's very. I'm just very happy that Jon Stewart and Bernie Sanders made that.
I like Jon Stewart. Dude.
Personally, Bernie Sanders once again a little bit closer to Trump than everybody wants to predict. Here we go. So I'll do this in like 60 seconds. Okay.
Go ahead.
Bernie Sanders, radical outsider, populist on the left, right? Donald Trump, radical outsider, populist on the right. Okay. Bernie Sanders technically an independent. Donald Trump should be an independent, but he's not. Bernie Sanders, things different from the Democratic Party, such as Medicare for all. He, for whatever reason, now they abandoned the workers. He wants to give the workers rights, 4-day work week, a bunch of stuff that the Democratic Party doesn't push. Here we go. Donald Trump now has taken a moderate pro-choice stance, abortion in the cases of rape, incest, life of the mother, and very lenient on that compared to the Republican Party of the past. Also, too, foreign interventionist wars, he's completely against that. No new war started in his administration and wants to get all of that stuff completely done with and away with. One more thing, criminal justice reform, nonviolent drug, imprisonment. He freed, I think, something like a couple thousand people that were put away from wrongful possession of marijuana. Yeah, they were convicted for like 25 to life in some cases.
Yeah. And
he's taking people out of prison. Those are some things that are very liberal, very left of the Republican Party, and something that they would have never entertained.
Right.
So I'm just telling you, like, they are closer in comparison than you would think. And the fact that Bernie is agreeing with some of these policies, because of people that have put Trump put people in, I'm telling you, it's a really good sign. And I think we're going to have more unity in this country going forward than we think. We have one more